What's up, guys? Coyote Pelter wraps, multicam black roll-up dump pouches. There's some brown man aprons. Those are a little different than the normal ones. And just a coincidence, woodland with orange composition book covers, woodland with orange 5x7 right in the rain. Legitimately, it's just a coincidence. It had nothing to do with coinciding with this shirt. Mini kits, couple belts that finished up before the end of the day, some H harnesses, more of those brown man aprons. There's 16 of those. They're all going to the same place. Small mesh pockets, Typhon red thread. Some belts that I cut this evening. These are probably mini kits. Cat day bags are going through. Lots of cat day bags. And these right here are all cat day bags also. What's going on, guys? AJ, what's up? Curie, hello. Webdad, Chuck, what's up? Byron Roberts, Tabor, James Young, Dean Conrad, what's up? Vance, Jimmy, Tom, what's going on, guys? Snake building is being painted. Tinting the primer really does seem to have helped. The black is going on. It looks like single coat, although it's very heavy, but single coat nonetheless. Having some problems with the paint gun, so it's all taken apart and in the sink soaking right now. She thinks that will fix that. Straining beef broth, what's up? Right on. Can you shout me out, please? It's my birthday. Brandon, well, whoever the fuck you are, you're banned here. Fucking idiot. I don't even know what you're trying to get me to say. Toyota finally caught alive. I do one every fucking night. I've been prepping and cutting material for 2 hours. Right on. Oh, for your ghillie suit? Don't overthink it. Just put it together. The better it looks, the worse it is. Like, for real. Don't overthink it. Brown Man kits should be delivered today. Nice. When y'all shipping some orders? We ship orders every fucking day. Like, what do you mean, when are we shipping some orders? We shipped, fuck, I don't know, 200 orders today. I don't know what you guys think happens here. Like, I do this video every night. I show you the boxes. If you look at last night's video, you will see all the boxes that were fucking piled up yesterday in the morning. Like, first thing in the morning, they were piled up. And today, first thing, piled up. Tons of them. Like, some of you guys act like we just fucking sit around and do nothing here. I don't think that most of you have a fucking clue what happens here. Yeah, I play with snakes all day. I was outside. Amanda was out in the other building for probably 2 hours today. I was out there for a total of maybe 20 minutes, just checking, trying to shoot some video of her, and she was having some problems, and the paint gun fucking literally shot her in the face. Like, she got paint all fucking over her, and I was out there, you know, over that, and then she needed me to get a piece off, and then other than when Jason was here dropping shirts off, like, I worked all fucking day. I cut material all fucking day, cut belts all day. Shit, I just was cutting belts just a few minutes ago. Placed an order last night, 11 p.m. with a free cat bag. Yeah, it won't ship for a while. We got a lot of those cat bag orders. It's a hell of a deal. You get a fucking huge discount. And as I told you on those videos, oh, that's Dean. Dean knows what's up. But I told everybody on those videos, like, if you want this to ship faster, put in notes you don't care to get the free bag. Those get priority, anything that ships without the free ship. Did you check the video of the paint sprayer attachment? Yeah, it's neat, but it's not viable. It's neat that you have that, and then you're going to buy this attachment so you can use the drill as the drive motor, but it is nowhere near a replacement for a real sprayer rig. Plus, could you imagine holding that fucking drill up and having to paint, well, 60, 180, 320 square feet, 320 square feet up and down, 8-foot walls plus overhead on the ceiling and shit, man? That's what Amanda's like. This is fucking, I am so fucking sore from using this lightweight rig, because I went to show her that and she said you would send it to her also. Good looking out for sure, but I'm sure you have painted real shit. Like, that's definitely not gonna work. Food stamps going away. Yeah, I keep hearing they're already seeing food riots, even though the food stamps haven't started. They've had to evacuate some Walmarts, and they've had to rush employees to safety and close the stores down, and law enforcement's had to show up. You know what I haven't seen? All I see is black folks. I see black folks saying that. I see only black people saying it, and I haven't seen any footage. That's not to say it's not there, but generally when they put those type of videos out there, there's some supporting evidence. Like with the phones today, the way they are, everything's on video. I haven't seen any videos of these fucking mass rampages and takeovers. Has anybody seen them? Riots at the Costco. Maybe it's time to panic at the Costco, bring it back. Yes, new shirt. Make America use woodland again. And it's got a combat cock on the back with woodland in it. Only in LA. So it has happened in LA. Seen one video, but now with AI and everything, hard to, yeah. Well, I mean, if you just read through the comments, people shout AI out pretty quickly. What people see on these lives is what's left over. Y'all easily do 10 times. Yeah, I mean, and Tim knows. He's been in here. Kiri's seen it. Dean's been in here. I haven't seen anything. I've been warning coworkers to, yeah, go get yourself some food. Like whatever you would typically buy it a little early. Maybe double can it or whatever. Get yourself some stuff that's kind of stable, right? If you eat tuna, get extra tuna, kipper snacks, sardines, smoked salmon. You know, that's all stable shit. Get you some jars of whatever it is you like to eat. Peanut butter and jelly. Get you some extra bread. Maybe now's a good time to actually learn how to bake a loaf of bread. Yeah, we do a couple orders. What sucks about SNAP going away is the poor kids starving and the people that actually need it. No poor kids are going to starve. That's bullshit. I'll pay you $1,000 for your toenail clippings and a jar of half-eaten pickles. Joke's on you. I actually have a fucking jar of toenail clippings. It's right next to the jar of fucking human fingers, and that one sits right next to the jar of human teeth. And I know you think I'm being a smartass, but those actually fucking exist. My wife canned about 250 cans of food from the garden. Nice. If their sprayer's clogging, you might have to cut the paint with acetone or mineral spirits. Call a paint store. The paint is not going to be compromised by cutting agent. So this is a water-based paint. It's a water-based paint, so I don't think we use acetone with it. And there's a difference between starved and hungry. Motherfuckers in the United States could go without food for couple weeks and not starve. I look like a retired trash metal guitarist. Is that good or bad? Are you saying that to be shitty? I can't believe another dude would ever type something. Jake, I don't know what we're talking about. If it's water-based, it shouldn't be. Yeah, it should be, but it's not. We think that she tightened the bolt and the handle down, which has pushed the filter into the orifice, possibly. Polar Kipper. Yeah, I love Kipper snacks. Yeah, I like all that shit, like charcuterie and dried meats and stuff. Smoked fishes. Zifa is trying to farm engagement. I only saw the one comment he made. On the beard thing, me and my wife were talking. Oh, bread, on the bread thing. Me and my wife were talking last too long. And we should bake. You should absolutely bake your own. Even if you just do beer bread, right? With beer bread, you just, what's in Amanda? Are you on here? She does 2 beer breads. And we use honey pale ale or pale moon wheat ale, I think. And you just use that, and then you don't have to use yeast with it. And we use a combination of 2 flours, like all-purpose and whole wheat, I think, mix it up. And then salt, and I think there's sugar in it. And then she does one that has like a chopped up apple and walnuts or pecans, I don't remember which. Dried cherries are in it. It's like a dessert. It's wonderful, man. And she breaks one of each. She does, and they're both beer breads. I don't know if it's easier than normal bread, but it's super easy, dude. Do y'all make 45-degree offset? We do not. We do not. I know all you goobers want that shit because all the fucking Instagram models are using that shit now. We don't. I have all of a sudden an influx of dudes wanting horizontal M4 mags also. Where the fuck are you going to put that? It's literally going to take up almost 6 inches of real estate. So where you could put 3 mags, you can now only put 1 mag. And it juts out, unless you're a fucking enormous dude. You have no flat surface where you could put that magazine. Not goober. Roger. No, I don't. And if you're doing USPSA, isn't that all gun game shit? I'm not up on the game stuff. But isn't that gun game shit? Like, aren't you guys going for speed? So you're going to use open top mags, aren't you? Everybody doing all that gun shit, multi-rifle stuff, you're timed, correct? So you're not really using covered pouches for any of that shit. Yeah, small of the back. You know what goes on the small of the back on your belt? Your fucking butt pack does. After COVID, I got enough MRE for 3 meals a day for 2 months of my family. Are you talking about MRE like the powdered MRE from Redcon 1, or are you talking about actual MREs? Did 9 hours of state election training today. Would much rather be cooking. I'll bet you would. And Jimmy, I don't know shit about USPSA. Like, educate me. They make a thinner or flow improver for water-based. I believe it's acrylic-based. Brandon, what's up? The paint we normally get, they didn't have at Home Depot, so we got a product from Bayer, I believe. And the primer was fine. She sprayed all the primer on, went straight to the paint. She stirred it all up with the stirrer, even though they fucking shook the shit out of it the night before. She stirred it all up. It sprayed about an 8x4 section, and then the paint didn't want to come out anymore. I'm not saying it's the right choice, just the only place I can think may work in a low pro setup. Keith, got it. Dudes are thirsting because new Ranger footage dropped and dudes are running a horizontal mat. Is that where that's all coming from? On a placard. On a placard. There we go, on the placard. You know what's not horizontal? The fucking mag's not. The placard has fucking PALS horizontal, or it's specifically built that way. Every competitor I ever shot in, every competition I ever shot in, yelled stop when I drew my pistol and I switched to my weak side for shooting around cover. If I'm competing, I use proper tactics and don't mind being slower. Angie, I'm the new town clerk for the tiny town of 371 people. So you shouldn't have like 18,000 people show up to vote. Or better yet, you shouldn't have 18,000 votes just appear in that town. How long does MREs actually last? Stored in... Dude, I've eaten MREs that are 30 years old right now. And they were not well taken care of. I've got MREs that are 20 years old. We opened an MRE every 6 months and eat one or two of them. The cooler you store them, the better off they are. But you're going to know, like botulism, when you open it, and there's multiple envelopes inside the MRE if you've not ever used one. The entree might be bad, but the other pieces inside are going to be just fine. And you will know if there's an odor or a foul taste. Don't eat that one. If you had a whole entire case, chances are, even if one or two are spoiled, the other ones aren't going to be. It's always the sniff test. James said that in a video, and it stuck with me. I can read the future. I knew you were going to make that shirt. That's why. Did you see that your orange covers were built today? Brandon, did you see that? I actually saw your order this morning, and I actually personally cut those. Jalapeno cheese spread, yep. Pretty sure the protein crackers will never go bad. Home Depot has Floetrol for water-based paints. Maybe what you're looking for. Thank you, good information. Let me take a snapshot of that. I am really hoping that we don't have to go to Home Depot or Lowe's, because those are not here. However, that might not be the case. Why am I not? What the fuck's going on with this? It's weird. I had just said that, and my phone, when I put it up to the screen, I see about 6 comments, and it put brackets around that exact comment. I made 2 MREs last about 8 days during an ice storm. Did SOE used to make a shooting mat that a thermarest? We did, yeah. Yep. I've never seen anybody else use it either. It's big though, even with the thermarest. Even with the thermarest deflated. You know, you guys can get MREs right now for like 32 bucks a case. The shipping's still like $25 on them. But I believe, I looked at it a couple weeks ago, I believe there are 44 on a case. So you could easily just have them shipped to you on a semi-truck. Had some that were 20 years out of date. The candy's always fucked up in there. Just smell it. There's a whole YouTube channel. All the dude does is eat old military rations. He's eating them from World War II. Like, we were eating Vietnam rations. I think that mat was the first product I saw from you guys. Very well, very possible. Do you think with price drops of MRE, they're preparing to put out new... That's Scully's thought, is that is the case. Now, Bear thinks that every year they make so many, and then they were shut down not doing FTXs and such during COVID, so the warehouses are full, and the new wave is coming in, so they've got to push those other ones out. Steve MRE 1984. Yeah, if you just look up eating old MREs, you'll find them. Venture Surplus. Yeah, Venture Surplus is good. You guys have 1,000 options. Everybody's selling MREs right now. Your best bet would be to find some local. Sand socks? Yeah, I have them over here right now. A lot of them are the MREs by the case, military style MREs. For those you find. No, these are the actual military stuff. MREs have thinner packages with clear back. New MREs do? I have not seen those. Hopefully Amazon can deliver. Hey! Yeah, are you watching the live? Several guys say you need to get a thinner for that paint. And I said, well, it's water-based. They came up with a solution. Some of these guys knew right off the bat what it was. And then Jose said, hopefully Amazon can deliver it tomorrow, but I didn't see Jose comment on that. But there was a dude in here. You're not even going to be able to see the comments, are you?
No, because they've already happened.
Hold on, I screenshotted one of them. Home Depot has Floetrol for water-based paints. Maybe what you're looking for.
Okay.
You might look up water-based paint thinner on Amazon and see if you order it now, if it can be here tomorrow morning, perhaps. Do you think it's a paint problem, or do you? I don't know if it's a paint problem because it came.
AJ said that there's a little washer that's inside of there that I might have crushed or lost or something.
Okay. AJ would know.
He said in the morning he's going to send me a video of his spray gun.
So you have the same one, or the gun attachment will be the same. Clever says he uses Floetrol all the time, and he's a graffiti artist. Why don't you put it in Amazon real quick, see if it's available. Radio Made Easy literally was on your website 30 minutes ago. Old Wrangler Star sent me. Radio's on here. I see what you're saying. Wanted to thank you for helping me with my order blunder. Muse of the Are you the dude that ordered the M1 Grand pull-out trays and didn't qualify for the order? So I canceled your order and you placed a new order and still didn't qualify for the free thing? Is that you?
These work great for that.
I told you they would. That's exactly what I wanted you to get. So are you putting these on them here forward?
Mm-hmm.
That's the plan. So your pussy punchers, your pussy puncher keychain will now come with this stainless steel wire keychain that is vinyl black coated. Where's the split on these? In the middle? Do the two pieces come apart, or how's it? Alright, I'm not gonna fuck with it here. I stabbed the shit out of myself today with that little Tiff Blue Microtech. Way the fuck in my hand.
Why?
Well, I just thought I should do it. I just thought it was a good thing to do. It's what all the blood all over up there.
Okay,
so.
why were you fucking with it?
I'll tell you later. I wasn't. I was closing the thing too. I don't know how it ended up in right in the hand meat.
Yeah, I see it.
I'm surprised it didn't come out the other side. It's sore too. Kind of good to have a community that can help you with just. Yeah, I mean, I think that the majority of the people that watch these videos work for a living. So a lot of that work is manual, work. Yeah, I think what happened, Jose, there's a filter in the handle. She took the handle apart, but the filter comes out from the other side. It was left overnight.
The filter doesn't actually even come out.
The filter actually doesn't come out. So it was taken apart. She put it back in. You're supposed to barely tighten it when you put it back together. She used the tool. I suspect that it crushed something up inside or went too far and is blocking it. She can reprime it and do all the shit over again. Paint will come out for a moment, but then it sprays out all over the place. It's
10 seconds.
I'm gonna fuck with it for about 5 more minutes, and we're just gonna buy a new fucking paint gun. Jennifer's wondering if you can make longer wire to finish. Although a garrote? No, but you can get those. You can get them off Amazon. Put two of them together, use them for handles. The garrote only works, and Jennifer's too short to do it. She would only be able to kill smaller people. The garrote, you have to get it around their neck, and then you have to bow back and lift their feet, and they got to like run in the air because that it exerts the oxygen in the body faster. Have you not seen all the movies? She would only be able to take out sentries shorter than herself. That's what I mean by paint gun, just the gun. Amazon is about to lay off 30,000. I've been hearing that, man. I've been hearing that. Remember all those Amazon strikes and those Amazon protests and shit? Remember when Amazon brought in all those fucking robots? Same thing with fast food. They do not need fucking human beings anymore. Motherfuckers complained. Remember that $30 an hour in fucking California for McDonald's? You motherfuckers, you fucking complained your asses right out of fucking work. Yeah, just in time for the holidays. And the EBT thing, right? If you think about the EBT thing. Personally, I want to see it happen. Let's just get the reset going. Let's just get it fucking started. But with those people not paying those fucking stores, those stores are going to order less or even not order or just be in turmoil and chaos. If I am of the belief that a lot of the EBT money and the welfare money out there is just a stimulus package. It is just money that continues to go to those stores, so those stores continue to fucking operate at the level they do, and most of those stores don't pay taxes. Yeah, EBT's, and it's government slavery for sure, but I actually believe a lot of it's just fake money that is pumped into those areas. Because where does a lot of that go, right? Inner city, but it also, the majority of EBT and SNAP money goes to small rural communities. You just happen to have the worst amongst them running their mouths and making the videos. But the majority of that money does go to small urban, small suburban and farming communities and stuff. Dropping mostly 1099 contractors and then some. There are fully automated McDonald's already. A guy shows up in the morning with a delivery truck, loads everything up in the machines, and locks the door. So I've not seen that. But on the way to Nashville during the lockdowns, we would stop at a McDonald's in, maybe it was Dixon. We would stop at a McDonald's. There was one employee in the entire restaurant. You couldn't even talk to an employee. You would walk in and order on a kiosk. Fully automated coffee shops. At least if Walmart closes store shop, at least if Walmart closed store shopping, I can make more money delivering the mobile orders. Yeah, that's what Jason does too. Is it possible to revoke an elected official citizenship if they flood a certain city with mud? I don't know, dude. I don't have a clue. I think it is interesting, the theory right now with like the National Guard stuff. They have National Guard showing up in areas or on the way to areas with high Antifa, right? Like Oregon. And what they have realized is that's going to allow Trump to have those guys in that area, and they will then disperse them to the areas of the ballot boxes, right? Not to enforce, but to monitor. If a dude shows up with a truckload full of ballots, he's not going to be able to put them in there if National Guard is present to view this happening, right? That'll put an end to that shit. So all of a sudden, Antifa has just dispersed. The local cops have all of a sudden decided, Antifa, you can't be here, and there is no more Antifa presence now in Portland, Oregon, is what they're saying. Now, their thought is he is going to deploy National Guard to the areas where the highest ballot harvesting happens and just put watchers there, basically. Most of the actual need that help are too embarrassed to post any videos about it, but all the ones that don't need it feel entitled. Well, that's what entitlement is. They are not entitled. They have no entitlement. They didn't do anything to deserve or be owed that. And it is said that people on EBT, on average, spend more than you and I or a normal person who does not need EBT on a monthly basis. Check out what's happening in Ireland. A village of 400 had 450 immigrants dropped off on their town. Do you not remember when that happened in Italy? An entire island, and they were raping and killing the locals. They were dropped off on boats. Just goes to show those jobs don't need 10 crew members. They don't. You just need 2 motherfuckers at work. You do not need that. You have to have all those people because people do not fucking work. People do not work 40 hours a week. People go to work 40 hours a week. If you really fucking monitored it, you're not getting 50% of the hours that you pay out to employees. Even here, like if we monitored it, if I made you give me your cell phone when you went to the bathroom, I'd have another fucking 2 hours of fucking labor out of almost every employee. Not all of them, but several of them. Sweden had a big pork cook-off all over the country last weekend to piss off the migrants. My groceries have gone up 30% in 3 months. Yeah, my fucking electricity's gone up fucking 30% in 3 months. Some of these people never work a job. They have not ever worked a job in their life. We keep motherfuckers alive that will not fucking feed themselves. Read Putin testing, not heard it. I haven't seen it. Doesn't mean it didn't happen. Maybe everybody with the capability should get pigs right now. Amazon also got sued for $1 billion for not making shipping times. Did they pay it? I'll tell you, like, our Amazon delivery people, I've not had a bad interaction with any of them. Our FedEx people are good. Our UPS people are good. Like, we've not had a bad interaction with anybody really since COVID. And that was 2 people, husband and wife, drove up, pretended not to speak English, but did speak English. And we had like 6 packages. I ordered barbells. And they were in the truck. And I'm like, hey, this says 1 of 6. Do you want to get the other? Oh, I don't have them. I'm like, I promise you have them. They had literally, it looked like people just threw packages in this. It was a Sprinter van back then, I believe, to the roof. Like, I don't know how they could find anything anyways. And all the packaging was all busted open because I had fucking dumbbells in there. I had barbells in there. All the data centers are fucking the power. Absolutely they are. And the water. Wait till the water really becomes a problem. Policy at Walmart and Kroger is that employees are not allowed to do people who don't pay or follow them out to the parking lot. Well, that's because of the lawsuits that can ensue from that. It's not for your employee safety. They'll have those food delivery robots delivering that. Not out here, they won't. Not that motherfucker. A box turtle can't get across the road here without some asshole weaving across to smash that thing. There's dead fucking animals everywhere. It's not accident. It's sport. It's fucking crazy. There's definitely not going to be no fucking robot around here. In SoCal, 4 hours of the day was just I-15. Yeah, I used to drive I-15 to and from work. I'm over 80 hours a week plus whatever I spend making prints. Yeah, people don't realize, right? I need a living wage. No, you need to work 80 fucking hours a week. You don't, like, there's not a job. You've been lied to. You cannot live on 40 hours a week until you start something that pays you way more than fucking 40 hours a week. And the way that happens is you work 80 hours a week so that you can start something that works 40 hours a week and then have employees. You just don't, especially as a young person. It does not fucking exist. It didn't exist for me. It didn't exist for my fucking wife. You have to do that. And you put in fucking 80, and then you meet a girl, and she believes in what you're doing, or you believe in together, and then you guys put in fucking 120 instead of 160. Amanda and I were together for the last 24 years, at least the last 20 years, literally almost 24 hours a day. Neither of us went to another, we didn't go anywhere without the other one, other than here in this town. We literally have spent all that time together. My kids, people are like, but what about my kids? What about my kids? I raised my kids here. We took them to school, picked them up from school, the ones that weren't homeschooling. And you got to invest 40 hours of your week into your retirement, or you're going to be homeless at 70. Yep. Data centers need a 10-foot water pipe as an inlet. Yeah, you know what the outlet is? Craig, do you know what the outlet looks like? There's not a fucking outlet. Any robot around here will be scrapped, yeah. The rate is going right now. I'll be dead and buried 6 feet under before I can retire. I used to think that. Imagine if you lived the first 30 years of your life as though you're not going to live until and you're not going to live to be out over 30, right? Imagine the detriment that you put on your body not caring for it. Water vapor is, that's right. I wonder how these data centers will affect the weather. They're already affecting them. That's the thing that amazes me about you two. You raised kids and did all this. I don't know why that's amazing. It's what our fucking parents did. It's what every fucking farmstead did. Like, we didn't just like stumble across this and decide we were going to do this. It's what every fucking homesteader talks about doing. I mean, there's been videos and social media, as long as social media has been along, there's been books and shit about doing this. We just did it. Bought another 4Runner today, TR2. Right on, Brawl Dog. Congratulations, man. Plenty of water in the ocean. Those things need to be on the coast. The salt's the problem, I guess. Same reason, like, we don't use salt to put out fires. I've been seeing a lot of videos of massive underground cities being built. Yeah, apparently they're there already. There is supposed to be an entire highway that runs coast to coast. There are a lot of, look up underground highways. There are fucking videos of truck drivers talking all about it. There has been for decades. Look up tunnels under Walmart. You'll start seeing a lot of that shit. They have scrubbed most of the tunnel under Walmart stuff and the FEMA stuff, but there's still some of those videos out there. Brawl Dog, what year 4Runner did you get, man? Has anybody heard or seen Paul Bennett? I've not seen him on here in a little while. I don't understand this gigantic desire to retire. What are you going to do when you retire? Why not just change profession? Only the families that get back to taking care of each other, like the East, will survive. Well, we've been lied to, right? We've been lied to. Your kid is supposed to want to leave when they turn 18, and you are supposed to want to kick your kid out. All of your kids, right? Let's say you have 4 kids, and in a 4-year period, they all become 18, and you kick them out. What if they stayed on the property, right? Maybe not in the house. What if they had their own, what if you had enough property where they could reside there and then make some money rather than pay it to somebody who, the money's gone once you pay it in rent, right? Why do that? Better yet, why not have a business that's big enough and successful enough that your kids can work within that business, or send them to get education and they can go sample that or experience that, but still come back to the business, or with the plan of coming back into the business. Last time was 2 weeks ago when he made. Yeah, that's the last I saw him too. Hey Tess, you've been fucking banned. You're gone. I didn't even see what you said. A lot of very poor third world living communities are getting demolished in Jamaica. Yeah, is that? I've heard that. Amanda said, "Do you think Jamaica sits and watches us when we have hurricanes smashing Florida and Texas and shit?" That's literally what she said at dinner. She said Jamaica, and I go, "Yeah, they're supposed to be getting crushed." 175-mile-an-hour winds around the eye. What's up? Is that normal or is that abnormal? Yeah, you're not taught anything about multi-generational wealth because it's not supposed to be a thing for you. There is us and there is them. And if you're not sure which one you are, you're not in that group. You're in the other group. Jake, the hurricane's a monster. Is it bigger than any other hurricane in the last 10 years? Lots of people live in shacks, yeah. Maybe I'm being hyperbolic, but I think just raising up your kids to be successful is a huge accomplishment. Well, that's because you have to raise your kids. We have convinced women that they're of no value if they don't go earn money for the household, right? Who is going to care for your kids better than you care for your kids? So both parents go to work. In most days, there is no both parents. One parent goes to work, the other parent is split. So we use government school as a built-in babysitter, right? You have to educate your kid. Most people think they have to send their kid to the government school. In some places, maybe they do. But who wants to be a school teacher? Those who cannot teach. Who wants to be a fucking school teacher nowadays? Crazy fucking liberal people. Who is indoctrinating your kid? Crazy fucking liberal people who hate everything about you. Go to the school and see how many fucking Trump stickers you see in the faculty parking lot versus how many coexist and gay pride and fucking every other retard flag. That's who's indoctrinating your kids. So if you're not raising your kids are going to hate you. The school had my fucking kids for 9 hours a day and then sent them home with 6 hours of fucking homework. You can't do your fucking job in 8 hours. Yeah, a woman who can raise kids and maintain a homestead is more desirable than a woman making $45,000. Absolutely, because she's also preparing meals and putting food away, and she's preparing bigger meals, right? And you're freezing those to use in the next coming months, or you're preserving those in some manner, right? She is growing a garden. She is caring for the children. Probably one Trump sticker, and it's probably the history teacher. Probably not even anymore, man. So one reason most of them become teachers is to get to that actually is the case, it does seem. Remember, the public school system was created by the Rockefellers and the Carnegie Foundation and created obedient. Yes, it was originally a Prussian pre-World War II system to indoctrinate people to move with a clock for, checking into work, move by bell. So happy our school wasn't that bad when I was there. Hindsight shows it was there, but it was much milder. Same, even when we were kids, there's hints of it. Our calibration is so much different. The Overton window has moved so fucking greatly that what Alex Jones and those guys were screaming about on VHS tapes back then is just a common fucking occurrence right now. Aviation Creator, what's up? The sovereign state of Kazakhstan, right on. Where are you, Isaac? What state? They had the fucking Model U. Yeah, they did. Yeah, I do recall that. the UN who's so outspoken against our homeschooling right now. When I was in school, a lot of the teachers were in. Yeah, our teachers. My history teacher was prior service. My woodshop teacher was Vietnam, maybe even older than Vietnam. Schools do look like jails. And we say public school, right? If it's a public school, go try to swing on that fucking swing set during school hours and see what happens to you. Just try to show up unannounced and tell them you need to take your kid out of school and see what happens. Just got my 1 gallon water bottle pouch today. Perfect match with the jet boil pouch and Woodland. Nice, Jason. Thank you for your order. John, what are we talking? We're talking about whatever you want to, aviation. Talking about how fucked up the school system is. If you want to change your life and the direction of your family, right? We warehouse our elderly people, and then we pretend that we miss them, and we go see them maybe on Christmas. And we don't have a lot of kids any longer, right? What if your job is to have a business that's so successful that you can have a larger piece of property, 10 acres, 20, 30, whatever, could be 5, to where when your children turn 18, rather than putting them out and kicking them out, they can stay on the property while they go to school or educate or whatever it is they do and amass some money. You could charge them rent, for instance, and then invest that money, make them invest the money, or give the money back to them in, a year's time, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever. Rather than that money just going out of the family. And they can have a house there, right? If I was going to build a property, it wouldn't be a traditional style house. It would be built off of a wagon wheel. And the center building is where kitchen and dining and, everybody would come together. And then you'd have a wood shop and a metal shop and living quarters. Like the living quarters doesn't need to be a McMansion. And you can have multi-generational. It doesn't have to be in the same building. It can be in multiple other buildings, right? So as I have kids and my kids come of age, they can still stay on the property. We have several buildings here. I have people that live on the property here right now. When they have kids and they want to go do something, Amanda and I can help care for the kids and mold the kids and tell them history. History is his story, not somebody else's story. Those stories and that knowledge is passed down generationally. And then as you age and get older, rather than you going and living someplace else, you have multiple generations on the property, you die on the property. But you are still of value. People at 80 years old, we lock them away at 70 or they get some ailment. And the truth is that the modern medical system actually kills them because it's not profitable to keep them alive any longer if they don't have any money. When you show up to some hospice, most people don't die in hospice. They are overdosed in hospice. I know several people in the last couple of years whose family members have been told that they need to go to hospice, and they said, no, we're not doing any of that shit. They took them home and healed their older parents and are now moving them onto their property. Yosh, okay, so what? How about you fuck off? I don't know, so what? If you don't like the conversation, you're on the motherfucking internet. You can go fucking anywhere you want to go. See your fucking ass on out or participate in the conversation. Cookhouse, the outline shop. That's my current plan for my prop. Yeah. I mean, I've got a massive fucking building here. It's got a commercial kitchen. It's got manufacturing. It's got a garage in the back. When I was in there with Amanda in the new building last night, in the Snake building, I'm like, man, this would be cool to have just another one of these buildings that's just a woodworking shed. And then have an air vacuum system and have all the tools in place so we could just go in there and do what we need to do. And then I thought, man, it'd be cool to put metal in here too. Well, then I realized like an hour later, well, you can't put metal in there because there's welding and fire, and that doesn't work in a wooden fucking building, right? But you could easily put it outside, in a steel building or just a pole barn with steel and have a fucking wood burning stove in there or burn barrels. I mean, Glenn made those burn barrels, and you can be out on the coldest day cutting wood in wet snow, and where that burn barrel is, man, if you're within 10 feet of that thing, We were out in fucking pouring rain in those burn barrels, and if you stood next to those burn barrels, there was no rain hitting you. It dissolved, the heat dissolved the rain before it ever touched the ground. Keep the wood shop, yeah, exactly, very far apart. I have a theory: we as individuals will only learn 1% of all knowledge that is available in the known universe. So it's our responsibility to pass the 1% to the next generation, and also filter the information. What is necessary and what is not necessary. If, how much bullshit is now taken up by entertainment. The Muslims taking steps toward infiltrating us. Yeah, I mean, they say it right out. I mean, the Crusades have been made out to be this terrible thing that the Catholic Church did. But why did they do it? Like, how did that happen? Did it have anything to do with the Muslims that were going around and sacking all the fucking monasteries and killing and raping all the nuns? I mean, maybe that had something to do with it. John should have his own talk. I can't talk this long. Like, if I do this video because you guys interact here. I do not have the bandwidth any longer to sit down and make a video on my own. That's why you don't see me do it. John has a paragon of fuck around and find out. John has a Patreon. John has a membership here on YouTube. I've been posting up when I've been putting stuff up for quick ship, like the odds and ends and the one-off stuff and the first shit. I've been putting it up for Patreon members and YouTube members. I put a bunch of stuff on SOE Quick Ship today. The only place I told anybody that it was there was on Patreon and YouTube members. What color sand sock? Probably all of them. A lot. Shorter form content product videos lately have been great. Thank you. I just know that when I do a longer video, I don't ever stay on topic. It just goes wherever John wants to go. And do a product video, it just doesn't work that way. Black, Coyote, Typhon, Highlander, Multicam Black, and Multicam. Those are all sand socks. Wes, I like the shirt too. Make America use woodland again. And then the back of it looks like this. Let's see if I can. That's the back of it. You see that? Yeah, you can see that. Lots of product videos in the Facebook. That's because I'm posting them on Instagram and it auto posts to Facebook. Once all my parents are dead, I want to move to Tennessee and work for John so I can join the community he's built. I don't actually have a community. Like, the truth is, we used to do videos, right, telling guys that we were hiring. And young men would move here from all over the place, right? 2 guys from Alaska, a guy from New York, a guy from Arizona, several from California. I don't want to be your parent. So guys would move here, and then they would want to hang out all weekend. I want to fuck my wife. I want to see my wife naked. I want to do the shit I want to do. And when I have people around, a lot of people, I become the ringleader and I expect these tasks to be done. And while there's people standing around not tasking, I'm very aggravated. And I'm like, give me the shovel. I will do this myself. Fuck off. Go do something else. When I have 6 people, and it's not that I'm using them for labor, the task is going to be done whether the people are there or not. But if I'm doing the task, I don't need 6 assholes watching me do the task. Most people that want to come be part of a community, they don't actually want to be of value to the community. They don't actually want to do the fucking work. When I do things, I do them generally very quickly. And most people do not. When you turn around, like if you got 20 dudes there, there's really 3 dudes there that are working and 17 that are in the way. It's like a road crew. It's like working for a fucking a county road crew. Like you see guys from all these utility departments and there's 6 assholes sitting there and it takes fucking days to get a job done that you know you could do in fucking half a day with one other fucking good assistant. 1s and 9s, that's a good way to put it. And it's not that I don't like people, but like when we have an event and people come here, just people being on the property, it just fucking puts a monkey wrench in everything going on. Just being here. Like people always want to come in and see the operation and shit. Nothing happens when people are here. If I even know somebody's showing up, I'm at 50% capacity because I'm worried about when they're going to fucking get here. And I'm not talking about Kiri and Glenn. I know they're both listening. That's not what I'm talking about at all. But people just being in the building. That's just how it always is. What state is SOE? Tennessee. Small town, middle Tennessee. Not a fishbowl, do something instead of watch. I just need motherfuckers who are going to do something, right? And I expect if people are here, like living here, like I raised my children. I don't need to do that. People like, I want to be part of your community. The truth is I don't really have a community. We did SRF for years and a lot of good came out of that. But towards the end, like I didn't benefit from it and it just irritated me to the point where it wasn't worth fucking doing anymore. But it locked everything down. Like we'd have a meeting and talk about having a meeting to plan for another. It was always just some, and nothing ever came. Like people just didn't, they just didn't do anything with it. Like you have people, like the truth is in any event like that, you have 1 or 2 people that actually do some shit. And it's not usually the people like that fucking put the thing on. It's somebody else behind the scenes. So you're like, why do we have all these fucking hands involved in it? And that's everything. I've survived at the same company for 30 years. All work, I'm just kidding though. Just jealous in a good way and admire what you've built. I think that you probably expect what you believe it is. I don't see it, right? Like what you think it is, it's cool when you come to Disneyland the first time. But once you're there all the time, it's not brand new and shiny anymore. You see the imperfections in it. What's one person that I hate? I don't know. I don't spend time hating people. When I am not involved, like I'm not a good friend, right? There are people who can come that could call me and I'll be there no matter what. There are people that I could not see for a year or 2 and come back in as though they've never been absent. But for the most part, people that I am involved with, I don't have friends, number one, I don't have friends that aren't business owners. And I don't hang out with people that are not business owners in some capacity. And most of my friends, I am friends with them because of business somehow. So I don't hate people. When I am mad at you, you just no longer exist in my life. And if you really irritate me and I have people that I'm around that still fuck with you, we just don't fuck with you anymore. You also no longer exist in my life. And I just don't have time. If I have an irritation, especially if it's a human being, there's a wall there. I just don't fuck with those people anymore. And then if somebody who still fucks with them keeps continuing to come around and I have to hear about them or I have to see it, I cut that person off also. Aviation, you have a good night, man. London, jolly old London. What's going on in London? Are you guys about to take your country back? Monday meetings are for drinking coffee and killing an 8 hour of the day. Yeah, we don't have meetings like that. Question. Ask a question. What's up? Sorry about that. Why are you sorry about the question? I think that first of all, I assume you're young. And I think that you don't know how to act around men. You mistake my anger or what you perceive to be irritation, perhaps, for facts and brevity. When I have a communication, I don't talk on the phone because I want a clear, viewable record of what was said from both parties. And when somebody's like, hey, I need to call you, you don't need to call me. You're about to tell me some shit that you don't want there to be a record of. I don't want to be involved in your shit. London is a preview of, yeah, it is a preview. Absolutely it is. Yeah, you're not my friend if you're friends with my enemies. I don't ever delete text messages. I don't delete anything because I need to look back on it, because you're going to come to me and expect something of me as though I promised you or alluded to it. I need to be able to see what I said. And I always, like, if I'm talking to an employee and I'm like, hey, call so-and-so, tell her not to come in tomorrow. Or, hey, tell so-and-so we don't need her for the next 2 weeks. Her performance has been absolute dog shit. She was better when we hired her than she has been fucking the last fucking 6 weeks, 10 weeks later. And I'll be like, hey, did you tell so-and-so not to come to work? Yes, I did. Hey, please send me a screenshot of that, because I need a record of that. Because sooner or later, one of these little fucking twats is going to want to fucking sue you or say some shit about you. So I always want a record of it. I have a record of fucking everything. I don't ever have to use it. But if I have to use it, I want a fucking record of it. And when people want to pull you apart, when somebody walks up and they're, having a conversation in a group of people, and they want to pull you apart and talk to you, and they want to talk, it's because they don't want you guys hearing what's being said, because there's some shady shit going on. I need to call you, laugh out loud. What's the phone number for the show? Yeah. I mean, just like, what are you doing this weekend? Just get to the fucking point. Are you about to invite me to do something completely fucking rad? Probably not, because you don't do rad shit. And I'm definitely not helping you move. So just get to the point. Tell me what you want and ask me whatever you're going to ask me, what my involvement level is. The stress ain't for everyone. That's why they made sidewalk. The streets ain't for everyone. That's a business owner, man. That's just being in business. And most people do not understand it. You as a business owner, you cannot be friends with people that don't own businesses. You just can't. Yeah, the phone number actually is 1-800-EAT-A-DICK. That is the fucking phone number here. I refuse to throw my back out for free pizza. Call a moving company. Like, I'll send somebody to help you move. Depending who you are, I might even show up for about 5 people, but those people don't have to ask me what I'm doing this weekend. Those people already know what I'm doing this weekend, because I already asked them if they wanted to go do it. Nobody's bitching about me, Dean, other than that crazy fucking drunk bitch. People come up to me I don't know and tell me what she says. That was the next question. Will you come and help me put up a fence? I've been present to put up several fences. I know how to fence. I also know that I will pay somebody to fucking do it. What's John doing next weekend? Moving. If we can get this fucking paint gun working, we'll be moving snakes before that. I think for the floor, we're actually putting down stall mats. I think we're putting down stall mats. I think I need 60 of them, I think it is. And no, you can't borrow my truck just to bring it back on empty. Yeah, that's true too. I don't loan shit out anymore. Like, if you got to borrow my shit, you clearly can't afford to fucking replace it or fix it, because if you could, you'd just be renting it. Like we rent equipment, especially anybody here. We rent equipment here. I call up service rental. I've tried to do business with these people here in Camden no less than 24 times. Not one motherfucking time have I been able to get a piece of equipment. I drive by, I see 6, 7 excavators. I see fucking all kinds of equipment. I see ditch witches. I see fucking wood chipper. I've never been able to rent from them. Every single fucking time I have called up Paris Service Rental. Yes, sir. Yep. We'll have that there for you in under 90 minutes. They'll bring me a mini X, 2 mini X's, a wood chipper in a minute. They'll bring whatever on a fucking big hydraulic fucking lowboy. They'll drop all that shit. They'll bring me a bulldozer, whatever I fucking need. I cannot do business with a motherfucker here that has a lot full of this shit here in Camden. They have no urgency. That's why it's changed hand 3 times, I guess. So I don't ask to borrow my friend's shit. Like couple times people have asked to borrow my trailers. I bought those trailers in California. To duplicate that trailer right now, it's $7 grand. $7 grand, that's what it costs. Sure, you can borrow my trailer. Bring me a fucking cashier's check for $7 grand. I'll fucking give it back to you in a couple days when you bring the trailer back. The hassle of it. 80% of the equipment doesn't run local. They have it bandaged together. Dude, I had an excavator and a skid steer that sat here for fucking 24 months. 24 months, straight rental. I'm a fucking good customer. Easy customer. We had their shit so long, they would service, they'd send a service truck here to do the services on it. What's your opinion on brass knuckles for self-defense? I would like to not ever be as close to somebody as to have to use brass knuckles. In most states, now allowed versus able, right? Self-defense. There's probably going to be a record of it nowadays. There's going to be witnesses. Your phone is going to be geo-fenced. They're illegal most places. Are we talking without rule of law? Law enforcement no longer exists, at least not for stuff like that. Brass knuckles are the last motherfucking thing I'm going to want. And I have some really nice ones. I'm the king of U-Haul trailer. Yeah, U-Haul. Guys, you can rent a U-Haul trailer, a U-Haul truck for $20 a day. Yeah, Blackjacks. Yeah, look up Bad Love Leather. I think that's his name. He makes some beautiful shit. I'm looking it up right now. I talk to him every now and then. He's part of the Strider group. Bad Love Leather. Makes some amazing saps and stuff. With springs or with lead shot, all kind of. He makes coin purses that can be used as that. I've made some of that shit. His was way prettier. I'm not telling you don't get Brad. Look up Bradshaw Bashers. I think we did a collab with him at one time. They're solid fucking brass. Super cool. Paperweights. I don't prefer knives because if it gets too messy, the blade can slip. You've obviously never been in a fight like that, dude. You need to look at Ed Calderon. You probably need to take some classes. Why are you going to be in a fight like that when you could just shoot them? If you're to the point where you can stab them, you can also fucking shoot them. Can the laser you have cut other materials like, yes, it can. Yeah, it can cut thin steel too. Shiv work, Craig Douglas is great. Yeah, go take some classes. Your mind is going to be blown and your thoughts of being in a knife fight are going to change. You're not wrong. Viscous fluid, slippery as fuck. But you're never going to be in a knife fight and not be stabbed yourself. I watched a dude grab a dude and bang his head repetitively on a table at a restaurant. On his own hand. He fucked this dude up. Fucked him up. Broke almost all the bones in his own fucking hand. Bic lighter, $35 pack of gum. Yeah, having anything in your hand. Just bought 2 Katanica rain shorts, multicam black, 400. Holy shit, dude. Those have gone up in price. I think it was James that made a video about the change purse, blackjack. Yeah, I know several people had those. Paul Gomez was big into those. Mean Gene sent James one. It's nice. It's got the big metal zipper in it. Mean Gene Leather, for guys that don't know, owned HSGI, High Speed Gear. I carry metal D&D dice in a heavy leather sack. Oh, that would totally work. I have a sap up here we made. Snaps around your belt, holds quarters in it. It's multicam black, has a red zipper. If you're down to a knife, you better have expended all your party favor. Yeah, a knife's like for century removal and stuff. But most dudes talking knife fight, they've never been in a knife fight. You really want to open your eyes, man? Ed Calderon. Look up Ed Calderon. What is he nowadays? It's not Ed's Manifesto. He's got several accounts. I see him on my videos every morning. Ed. The Manifest Store. I don't even know what that says. Dude, Ed's got like 6 accounts right here. Ed's Manifesto Official, Manifester, Manifest Radio Pod. I am not good at word games, guys. California Prison will train you for knife fights. I was in California Prison. I didn't see any knife fights. Melee weapons. I am the weapon. Sir, do you have any weapons in the car? Why do I need weapons in the car? I have yours here. Everything within my reach is a weapon, sir. These guys with the knife fight fantasy, they plan on opening a folder to fight. Yeah. Yeah, clinch pick, man. And I don't know, that like the dude that asked it, that's not like to call him out or anything. I mean, he might be in all kinds of fucking knife fights for what I know. Fuck, my plan for knife fight is don't be in knife fight. Video a while back of the Russian and Ukrainian fighting with a knife. Both were leaking. Yeah, everybody's getting fucking cut in a knife fight. Micro cocks hold $7 in quarters. Yes, I think we're about to do combat cocks that just have a zipper in them like the micro cocks. I think we're about to change the design a little. Las Vegas Combat Academy. Another good one. Not heard of them. I'm sure there's a bunch of them out there. All like the Kalimantan guys and the fucking Filipino knife art stuff. The guys in the knife fight fantasy that plan on opening a folder. Yeah, they don't carry one in the chamber either. I want to make distance from an attacker, even if that means a dead sprint for 20 yards. Yeah, you got to make space, man. Fight with a rifle. If you're fighting with a pistol, you're too close. And I'm not saying that's not going to happen. I know the average. I know all about whatever that fucking, was it the Brader drill or Prater drill or something? 7 yards, 21 feet. A knife beats a gun every time. Bar of soap and a sock. Amanda beat a lot of people with soap and sock. She's a little brawler. Most of them were in bed asleep when she beat them with a sock and soap. After they tied them down with a bed sheet, and then she beat them with soap and a sock. Yeah, pistols to fight your way to a rifle. The knife is utility. There are a lot of dudes, though, that put up their dukes and end up getting fucking ventilated with a knife. The knife's never good 2 ways. See Amanda pulling a tube sock with soap out of her Louis Vuitton SOE. She has a Louis Vuitton tube sock. Maybe that's what we should do with all that Louis Vuitton shit. Just build some saps out of it. So guys, we're taking these right here and cutting these out 1-inch squares and putting Velcro on the back and selling these. Each of these emblems is $80. $80. And dudes were they were selling out of them. They were dropping them 100 at a time and they'd sell out in under an hour. When I hear strangers talking guns, I think, man, my wife shoots better than you do. My wife shot more bullets this month than most of those dudes shot in fucking 2 years. My fucking 10-year-old shot more bullets in a fucking week than most people do in an entire year.